Come and see electoral wonder. Come and see electoral wonder. Come and see electoral wonder. Electoral wonder for Edo State, electoral wonder for Nigeria, electoral wonder. Come and see electoral wonder. Who never know it to be electoral wonder? I believe what just happened in Edo State, they learn for where waiting happened for 20. No, they learn. But that was a true reflection of what happened February 25th, 2023 during the presidential election. The people were blindly rigged out, and that's where we find ourselves in Nigeria. But in this case, I want to send this message to the outgoing governor of Edo State, Governor Godwin Enokega. It's unfortunate that you have tasted just a little of what people have also suffered in your hands. Yes, it will be heartening to see you complain about rigging yourself. You're certainly not going to complain that you were rigged out, sir. Please don't do that. Because we remember the last local government election you conducted. Was that an election, sir? If at your own capacity you could do that, you shouldn't expect less from the almighty Jagaban, where the great comrade Adams Oshiomhole is involved. We all know the capacity of these people when it comes to abracadabra in an election. So if you were in a position to rig this election, in fact, you were both rigging machines. Like I've said earlier, I said this election is going to be determined by the highest rigger. Unfortunately, the party I supported doesn't have any of the capacity to rig. So he was placed exactly where he belongs. That's fine. No, that's okay. But as for you, Governor Godwin Enokega said, I don't want to hear from you or any of your supporters that APC have rigged PDP out of this election. No, not at all. You all rigged election. We are looking at, just look at the local government election. Abi, is it the state House of Assembly where somebody was declared winner only to be replaced the other day? I mean the candidate of a God. So we'll leave all of that. Now, what goes around, they say comes around. Governor Godwin Obaseki, is really unfortunate when you govern in a way, when anybody govern in a way that you did in Edo, such can only be the consequences. Even though I know no matter how good you may have done, in an election like this that Tinubu is going to conduct, it eventually was going to be the way it is. And let this be known to Nigerians that henceforth you can no longer win election in Nigeria where INEC has a candidate in any election in Nigeria that the APC is involved. Have it in mind that INEC directly and indirectly has a candidate in that election. It is now obvious that any candidate of the APC is the candidate of the INEC. And you cannot beat them. You can never beat the INEC candidate. So my fellow Edolites, those that felt will be robbed, when I go bear around, Nigeria have never had an election that reflected the will of the people, except the election that brought Governor Godwin Obaseki in the second term bid. That was in the year 2020. Only that election, could I say, was a reflection of the will of the people. And that was so because there was a direct transmission from the polling unit into the INEC server. But I think they corrected that mistake because it did work against them. So they were never going to let that happen again. Now we saw the figures when they were coming from the Ezako. If you try Oshiomhole for election at your own peril, the great Adams Oshiomhole, I know people will hail you now, but the evil you are doing against the people is really not a nice one. They will hail you, but are you really being fair? Obviously, it is not. So, Governor Godwin Enokega said, you've done your 8 years, and it is a good thing that the person you brought to forcefully impose on your party that destroyed your party also did not win. I would never have wanted APC to win anyway, but since the Edos prefer they place their stomach for today above their future and the future of their children, wherever we will find ourselves, we will just manage it. We have no choice. We are back to the reigns of the lions and tiger. Anywhere they like, may they carry us go. We are fine. I've always said it. Whenever the sky is falling, it never falls on one man. So the lions and tigers, we are already in your cave. What I do with us with you now, wish you. Not be on our fault. Now, Obaseki, I do it to the hand. The Tinubu on his own put the name for the coffee. Here we come.